Hi, everyone. My name is Justin Bellababa. I'm the founder of Royaltie, and today I'm going to spend about 20 minutes just introducing you to our amazing product, the Royaltie Gem. I'm going to talk about how best to use it, what the product does, what the product doesn't do, which is sometimes equally important. Talk about some of the main use cases, the main customer groups that we're having success selling to, talk about some troubleshooting, and share some some neat stories that and I guess kind of company legends that we're hearing from our customers about amazing things that have happened to them since they ordered the device. So just starting from the very beginning, this device right here, this is the Royaltie Gem. It should look, I hope, very familiar to everyone watching this. As you know, what it is a wireless device. It runs on a battery. The battery lasts about a year and a half. And what the device does is it sends out a unique Bluetooth signal up to 100 yards in every direction. And what makes this device so amazing is we've been able, through some pretty creative software development, we've been able to cause a notification to appear on any Android phone within 100 yards of one of our devices. And that notification can say pretty much whatever the owner of this device wants it to say. Why do we think this is such an important breakthrough? Why do we think this is such a revolutionary product? I just want to explain a little bit about the history of these wireless devices. Some people call them wireless beacons. These devices have been around for about 3-4 years in corporate use, mainly, almost exclusively used by large companies. So Walmart, for example, uses them extensively. Target uses them extensively. CVS uses them extensively. Large stadiums as well. The way that they've always used them is they had one thing in common. First, the customer, the user, the owner of the phone had to download an app onto their phone. And once I downloaded, for example, the Walmart app, when I went into Walmart and I came, I went to, let's say, the produce section, maybe I'd get a notification that apples are on sale, but only if I had the app. Or if I go to Target and I go near the kids' shoes, maybe I get a notification that the shoes are on sale. But again, only if I had the Target app downloaded on my phone. So that was fine for the big companies, but it excluded the 150 million small business owners out there in the world today. And it excluded them for two really, really important reasons. First, you had to build an app. So you had to invest $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 into building an app. And for many business owners, the cost was just too high. But that's actually not the most important reason. The most important reason why small businesses weren't able to use this technology was relevance. I don't know about you, but I've got more than enough apps on my phone. I'm kind of tired of new apps, and I'm certainly not going to download an app for a restaurant that I only visit, twice a year. I'm just not going to do that. So for that reason, as a small business owner, I'm not able to make use of this technology because I always historically had to build an app and get people to care enough about me to download an app. And for a small business owner, both of those were non-starters. So what makes what we're doing so exciting is we are the first company to build the software links right into the Android operating system. And so now anyone with an Android phone within 100 yards of our device can now receive a notification without downloading an app. There is no app required in order to receive a notification from one of our devices. So all of a sudden, small businesses can promote themselves to the 1.5 billion Android users out there. And by the way, Android in North America represents about 60% of the smartphone market. So that's Samsung, that's LG, that's HTC, a lot of Blackberries. It's 60% of the North American market. It's 88% of the worldwide market. So you're talking about the majority of smartphones out there. And all that, to receive one of our messages, all that the phone needs to do is have their Bluetooth turned on, which is today about 70% of phones have Bluetooth on. So I don't want to set the expectation that this works on every phone every time, because it doesn't. But it will work on 60% of phones, Android phones, as long as they have Bluetooth on, which is 70% of the time. So roughly half the phones in any given situation will receive notifications from us, which we think is pretty amazing. One important thing about where the notifications appear is this. Our goal is not to annoy anyone. We don't want to be perceived as spam. We certainly don't want people to turn off these notifications. So our notifications do not cause the phone to vibrate. They don't cause the phone to ring. Okay. What they do is they will appear in the notification section of the Android phone. And for any Android users out there, you know that you check your notifications by pulling down your notification screen, and you probably do this 20, 30 times a day. And so that's where our notifications appear, not on the lock screen, not on the home screen. There's no vibration happening. It's when they pull their notification screen down, that's where our notifications appear, alongside their new emails, their missed calls, their new text messages, their Facebook notifications. Everything that's new is on the notification screen, and that's where our notifications appear. And that's important that you understand that, so when you're demoing the device, you're not setting the expectation that the notification is going to be on the home screen, because it probably won't be. It will most likely be on what's called the notification screen. Another important thing is the notification is only present on the device when the user is within range of the device. So some people ask me, would it be a good idea to place a device on the side of the highway? And the answer is no. Please, please, please don't tell people to put the device on the side of the road and think they're going to get lots and lots of hits on their Facebook page or their website. That's not going to happen. And the reason is simple. As I said, the notification is only present when the phone is within range of the device. So if someone's driving at 70 miles an hour down the highway and they whiz by the device, the notification will be there for a split second, but then it'll be gone. It won't be there when they get home. So what you want to do is you want to encourage people to use the device in a way that will actually cause people to see it on their phone. So what we recommend is keep a device on your keychain, and that way when you're at the coffee shop, at the restaurant, when you're riding the subway to work, when you're out at a football game, places where people are looking at their phones, that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. Okay, these are called, in our world we call it places that have high dwell time. So places that people spend 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. That's what's going to generate the most action, the most clicks on the device, not placing it, like I said, on the side of a highway. Speaking of the best use cases, something that's important for you all to know is our devices, the notification will show a 40 to 50 character text string, and it'll display a web link, like a URL. We can link directly to any secure website. What's a secure website? A secure website starts with the letters HTTPS. S means secure. So a website that starts HTTP, we can't link to directly. So what we'll do is we'll create a landing page on royaltie.com, and we will link the notification through the secureroyalty.com domain to the unsecured website. That's fine. We can do that, and we do that for a few thousand customers. But in our opinion, that is not the best use of this device. The best use of the device is to link directly to a secure website, so an HTTPS site. And within that, what we've managed to do is we can actually we can link directly to the major social media sites. So we can link directly to Facebook, we can link directly to Instagram, to YouTube, to LinkedIn, to Twitter, to Yelp. Any of the major social media sites you can think of, those are all secure sites. And here's the best part. If you link directly to a Facebook, for example, a Facebook page, the Facebook icon will appear in the notification. And similarly, if you link to an Instagram page, the Instagram icon will appear in the notification. The reason why that is so important and so valuable is it causes the notification to look exactly like the other Facebook notifications or Instagram notifications or YouTube notifications that people click on all day long on their phones. So linking to these social media platforms, because it displays this icon, we get much, much, much higher engagement and click-through rates. So when you're talking to customers about the best way to use these devices, we strongly encourage linking to one of the major social media platforms. On that subject of best use cases, I want to talk about sales a little bit. There are three main groups that we are having the most success with from a sales standpoint. Okay, and I want to share with you who those groups are, who they are, so that you can incorporate that into your own marketing plans. So group number one, and this is actually a term that I didn't know before, but I've learned in the last week or so, and I really like. They're called solopreneurs. Okay, so these are entrepreneurs, these are business owners who operate kind of on their own as an independent business owner. So I would include realtors in that category, personal trainers, insurance brokers, network marketers or affiliate marketers, marketing professionals in general. This group has been the most successful in terms of our sales efforts. The way that they're using our devices is they are keeping a device on their keychain. And by the way, when we ship our devices, you can see we include a key ring so they can go right on the keychain. So this now, our device acts for them like a digital billboard, marketing their personal brand and their services anywhere they go. And they're giving one to their spouse, and their spouse is putting it on their keychain as well. Maybe they're keeping one in their car or in their office. But that group of people has been very, very quick to adopt this technology. So that's category number one. Category number two is the storefront business owner. So restaurant owners, salons, fitness clubs, stores, boutiques. Now, the way that we present this product to the storefront business owner, we don't emphasize the idea of like using this device to bring people off the street. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that per se, but we don't think that's the best use case for our technology with this customer group. The way that we present it to them is we say, think of this as a way to upsell all of the customers that are already on site on something that you want them to buy from you, or something that you want them to engage in. So it could be a restaurant owner asking people to leave a review of their restaurant while they're sitting at their table. It could be a restaurant owner saying, hey, we've got half-price appetizers during the football game. It could be a salon owner. You know how people are constantly on their phone when they're in the salon, letting people know that today is $20 off shampoo or hair products or whatever. So a great way to upsell your existing customers on other offers that you want your customers to take advantage of. So that's the storefront business owner. The third category is the mobile service professional. So this could be anyone from contractors to plumbers to roofers to anyone who, when you think of their primary business, it happens out of a truck. They're not generally the most sophisticated when it comes to marketing. Their marketing often consists of just the phone number on the side of their truck, and that's about it. So to be able to add a device that they can bring on site with them, that can link passersby to a website, pricing information, click here for a free estimate on remodeling your home, whatever the case may be. That's the third category that we've had a lot of success with. So having spoken about that, I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about troubleshooting, because I want to equip you with the major reasons why people think that their devices may not be working perfectly, so that you can quickly and easily diffuse any of those situations. So first, I want to make it very clear and assure all of you that the devices all work. We wouldn't ship them from our office without testing them very, very carefully. So when they leave our office, the battery is fully charged, the devices are fully tested, the devices definitely work. That being said, when someone receives the device, they are not necessarily fully versed in how to make sure that it works on their device. So I want to tell you about just some of the obvious reasons why they may not see a notification on their phone. So the first obvious reason is they're using an iPhone. So if they're using an iPhone, sorry, it's not going to be on your phone. So let's make sure that first of all they're using an Android phone. Okay. Once we've confirmed that it's an Android phone, please confirm that their internet is turned on. And the way to do that is obviously just go to like any website, google.com, for example. That's going to solve, between iPhone users and internet not being on, that's going to solve about, 40, 50% of the problems. Once we confirm that it's an Android phone, internet's on, please confirm that Bluetooth is turned on, and you can do that easily by just asking them to turn off their Bluetooth and turn it back on. Then let's make sure that we're looking in the right place for the notification. As I said at the beginning, the notification is not going to be on their lock screen. It's not going to be on their home screen. The notification is going to be on their notification screen, which any Android user knows. On virtually all models of phone, you pull down from the top. That's where the notification is. Okay. So now with these few tips, we've now addressed about 98, 99% of problems people think that they have. There are two other possibilities to address the last kind of 1 or 2%. One possibility is that they're using a very old Android phone, so something from before 2014, and they haven't updated their software in the last like 3-4 years. It's possible that on those very, very antiquated phones, it's not our devices won't work perfectly, but we're talking about like a very small fraction of users out there. And there is the last possibility is, for some reason, they've decided, for personal reasons, to jack up their privacy settings so that no notifications come in from anything. That is, again, very rare, but it does happen now and then. So just something to be aware of, that if they're using a modern Android phone and their internet is on and their Bluetooth is on and they're checking their notification screen, that it's possible that they've got some weird setting, in terms of privacy that's blocking all notifications. But that's something that you can easily address. But again, I want to emphasize that with those tips, you're gonna be able to handle 99.99% of any objections, because, like I said, the units definitely all work when we ship them. So that's troubleshooting. I want to just touch on sales just a little bit more. I've been in sales for a number of years, and my belief around about sales is whatever the product is, people make an emotional decision about it quickly, and then we use our logic and our rational mind to justify the emotional decision that we've already made. So because of that, I really believe in creating I'll say an emotional response, but I don't mean like I'm not telling stories that are going to bring tears to people's eyes. What I mean is I want to tell them something that is, I want to tell them an amazing story about a product, like a true story about, something that one of our other customers experienced, to make them think in their head, wow, that's pretty cool. And so over the last few months, we've had customers come to us and tell us some pretty neat stories about things that happened to them since they've purchased their gems from us. And I want to share a few of my favorites with you very quickly, so that you're equipped with them, and maybe you can incorporate some of these company legends into your own sales talk track. So just very quickly, we had one gentleman. He received his gems. He was taking his family to Orlando, to Disney World for the weekend. He set his gem to go to his business's Facebook page, and he reported to us when he got back home and he checked the page views, that in just 2 days he'd had 700 page views on his Facebook, just from the gem being in Disney World for a couple of days. We thought that was pretty cool. Another cool story is there's a couple, a husband and wife, who brought, they were going to like a network marketing conference here in Toronto, and the rule at the conference was you weren't allowed to market anything to the other attendees. It was sort of like a marketing safe zone, if you can think of that, I guess. And anyway, the woman, the wife, she forgot that she had one of our devices in her purse, and she brought it in with her by accident, and it caused such a stir at the conference. What's going on? Who is this? Where are these notifications coming from? That security came and found her, and it was, she didn't get kicked out, but she had a bit of a tense moment with security. The moral of I guess the point of the story is, we ended up getting about 50 orders from people who were amazed by the technology, and she actually ended up getting about 50 orders as well for the product that she was promoting, again, just by bringing one of our devices by accident to a conference. Third story that I really like is there's a guy who owns a CrossFit gym, and it's right next to a Starbucks, and his gems arrived in the mail, and he had his gems set to forward to a YouTube video that he wanted to share. And he received the gems, he activated them, and then he went next door to the Starbucks to get his coffee. And when he went to get his coffee, he told us that he saw 3 people at 3 different tables all watching his YouTube video at the same time. So again, we thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, lots more of those stories to share. Happy to share some more. But anyway, you get the idea. There's some pretty, great experiences people are having. Legends are growing, and we'll keep you posted on more of these cool stories.